Oh, kertin buat nila. Onda. For minutes. Kontrolin yung gato. Ayaw protekta. Sinsama namin daw kasi. Tataya sa akin. Protect me.
The seeds of hope. See the machine. And see which ever glitter. Paste. Check rules. See them soon. I might say them. Too soon.
No.
Flashlight. In the soul of the champions, the greater fire burns. To follow in the footsteps of greatness, to forge a legacy of triumph that survives far beyond time. Still they answer the call to endure a fiery crucible time and time again. They fight to climb a precipice few have conquered, and those who have will sacrifice everything to reach that summit once more. Three teams battle for ultimate glory. Only one conceives immortality. Who will emerge victorious? The battle begins.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome. It is the final day here at Singapore Indoor Stadium, and we are just mere hours away from crowning a champion of the International 11. There is going to be a lot of bloodshed. The heroes are ready. The players are ready. The panel pretty ready as well, I would say. This morning, I am joined by Jenkins, Effie, and Lacoste, and we are locked and loaded and ready to go here on this final day. Championship Sunday, 2 series, 3 teams. We got Team Liquid, Team Secret, and of course, Thunder Esports already waiting in those grand finals. Ooh, a lot of goosebumps going on. I bet that is the same for a lot of people out there. Jenkins, how are you doing this morning? Love the hair, by the way.
I'm good. Yeah, I can't believe we're finally here. I really can't. It's every year. I feel like it's just a fairy tale. It's some story that could be written. Before Last Chance qualifiers, Insania said that he thought that the teams that came out of Last Chance qualifiers would do extremely well. I don't think he meant like this. This is pretty insane, right?
It is pretty crazy. Not just 3 teams from Western Europe, Effie, but also indeed both Last Chance qualifier teams.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like the stars aligned for both of these teams and they found their way here. And it's no coincidence that both Secret and Liquid have the most games played out of those 12 who combined the last year's qualifiers. And I do feel like this experience just took them all the way.
I can only imagine, what these players, what's going through their heads, because I didn't get enough sleep. I was nervous. I'm not even playing, and if you're playing for prestige, for everyone out there, it's a lot of money. But for these people competing, it's about putting your name onto that ages, and he still might have either Puppy or Matu putting second time on that ages.
Yeah, it is incredible. You don't know what to say and how to feel. There's some players that are active on social media, and they're tweeting like, what do you even tweet? You made it to top 3. What do you even do? What are you supposed to feel? Because that is obviously an experience that not a lot of people go through in their lives. If you want to join in on the social media conversation, of course you can. Below you'll find all the channels. It's Twitter, Dota2TI, it's Instagram, Dota2, it's Facebook, Dota2. Of course, you can use hashtag TI11 as well. And whether you're watching from home or in Singapore, of course, the secret shop is open. Make sure to check that out online. You'll go to dota2.com/TI11 secret shop. Extra announcement right now. Everybody that is in Singapore, after the grand finals, with the winning team, there will be a late game. So, you can stay seated and watch the show. If you're at home, also stay seated and watch the show. Make sure to check that out. It's going to be amazing. And yesterday already was very amazing. And if you want to relive some of those moments, get you covered.
Still 5v5, but that is several buybacks from after. But like you said, the BKB is very important for Liquid. The shots on the big game, it's actually going to be Lemons, but they response to be dead. Trying to help his teammate and maybe not the BKB. Trying to get the time back onto Ori's a half-made weave with the Bloodstone helium to 100, and it's not going to be enough. Ori dive backs and Monet stuck in someone. He just stuck there. Trying to right his way out. It's getting some lifesteal now. But Zion, he's going to be able to take him out to the end. It's going to be close. Monet is still lifestealing. Despite just standing still for 30 seconds. Montu's already died, and now we're both done. Trying to chase the left, but there's a rebound. Making it tastefully stunned. Disposed back. They kill Monet. He flies back into the end zone. The alley unleashed Dota2. It's a good spot back inside the bar. Looks like Group Others next year, though. And now this is turned to a 3 versus 2, technically in favor of Aster. But Boca died. That's another dieback for him. Boxing keeping away. He is successful. Approach is relatively low. The pressure is there, but a nice hit of Alex. But Boxing gets it up hit. He gets him his full up. Who gets the roach is the question. Nobody wants to kill him. And finally, Monet, he snatches the Aegis. Let's try to go ahead and find him on the end immediately. Will he get reinforced at the table? There's a Guardian Angel just in time. And Mickey has to fly back after time right off the bat. It's not as well. A terrible fight for Liquid. But the BKBs have come out fast. Now they can just focus outside. Another kill for Monet. Fox is slow to a ground. Monet just sitting in the background of all the work. And he gets 5 on his head. Now the focus lost to the ground. They can go back this time around. Fly back down to the ground. Global coming in. Push the ball off. Another play on a dive here. Crazy look. It's canceled. GG is home. Team Liquid move on. Eliminated. TI.
Game Judge here, founder and CEO of Amateur Science.
What's going on? The nullifier is going to make that is useless. There's going to be a knockback. Now it's going to be a 4 versus 5. Organization go. Whoa. My goodness. Now it's exploding. And 33. That's the SWAT spider as well. This is maybe the last stand from Secret. He must get this kill. He needs it so badly. Another round of slight change. Back way. Gets him before he dies. He finishes off 9. Crystals, can he hold 15 seconds for the Magnus? Up back and start getting those skewers.
How long is this move on?
He's praying for it to be as long. He needs to be a little bit longer, but he's been talked out of it. And now Tundra getting round on second round. A frame rush. A double shot. They're trying to hold it to the edge. Are they going to be able to hold this one? The man's away. The Rostock is siren out. For that, TP out at Secret Hall. Trying to hold the goal with his kickback. Being front of the Buckley family. Beautiful kick. That's here. Cody coming back in with the shot. setting things up. They have the investments ready to go. They're going to focus on this touch first. They know this ring conditioning is so damn bad for them. Finishing off the atmosphere to 2 buyback. Touch drop. They will take this game 1. This will be the worst situation. They go in, set up with the resolution. Ready to go. Misha keeping his distance here with the splash bubble. He's going to roll up to the side again. Try and deal with his six assassin. Oh, John Ray coming in. Here comes the stun. Can they take stun that they burn out of mana? He needs to feel up with something, but he doesn't have an opportunity to do so. Not back on the carry, but at the same time, the final piece went in, but they couldn't actually get the Prime Ranger who's just in the back of the resolution. He will not go down easy. 33 gonna be slicing this game 2 and even up the series. It's gonna be true, so he may not be able to outrun that Rocky, but he can get some serious distance. Penetration. Oh, what an interception! What a play from Ron, and now we turn to receive each other with so goodbye, Secret. Divine Ranger starts pulling up, but you can see they're actually decently tanky. Grizzly's trying to get back to it, but he's just gonna get blocked out immediately. Divine Ranger picked up, Divine Ranger dropped, and that is it. Touch drop are going to the grand finals.
We watched 2 series of Dota 2, of incredible Dota 2 yesterday, both very much finals weekend series to the bone, and we are with that left with 3 teams as we said goodbye to Aster. I must say, Jenkins, yesterday's games were crazy.
Yeah, yesterday was nuts. I mean, it's you dream of this. You're watching TI. You don't want the upper bracket final to be some 2-0. Like, all of these teams could potentially win. And in TI history, I think the stat is the upper bracket finals only repeat 30% of the time.
I have another stat that you brought up that you haven't mentioned yet. You said earlier this week that traditionally, never before has a second place group team won TI.
Yeah.
Both Liquid and Secret. Well, Liquid was second place. I think Secret was like third or something. There's a little bit there as well, but we should talk a little bit about the teams that are still left in, because something special is when a first time to TI takes the throne, and that hasn't happened very frequently in the past.
Yeah, I mean, throughout the TI history, it did happen a couple of times so far. In this TI, we still have a couple of them left. It's Crystallis, Skeeter, and Nine, so they are still able to lift the Aegis for the first time, you know, and also their first time showing up. So that's a pretty strong momentum. We did have Team Spirit previous year, except for the first because he did play at TI, but if you like look at the stats, it's just not a lot of people that. So it means that, like, veterans, you need to have, like, a veteran in your team, pretty much, that has experience. And who better to have than Bucky?
Yeah, very true. I mean, Royal Road is here. There's only been ever, 2 teams, TI won, there's 5 players. But other than that, Wings, the only time that 5 new people did it.
I think the Wings TI6 run is still probably the most legendary run of any Dota team. They were incredibly dominant from the start to the finish. They came up a little bit out of nowhere for most people. There have been whispers about that team just being so good a little bit before that TI happened, but when it did start, 5 new to TI players just took it. And the closest we got to repeating that kind of magic was last year with Team Spirit's TI-10 run. And like what Toss mentioned, Miposhko was a veteran compared to the others, but 4 new players winning TI, that's also very impressive all of these years.
Yeah, very much so. And we're not mentioning coaches because we only started counting coaches pretty late onwards. But I think we still need to, in nowadays, coaches are a very big part, of course, of the team. And Blitz has not actually played / coached at a TI yet. He's only been talented.
Yeah, it feels like he has.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I think he's been boys with some of the Liquid guys for some time, and that doesn't really count as officially coaching. And he could also, this could be a second win as a coach. And then Jerax could also win for a second time, but this time as a coach. Ali could win for a second time as a coach. So there's a lot of firsts that can happen with coaches in particular.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty crazy. We still have, of course, these in, but overall, every team has something.
And they
Wala si Jera.
experience or something to back them up because you need this. Like it's very rare, as Mira said, that you're gonna have those 5 new players who are coming in and taking the whole thing. Dota, like a lot of Dota ideas go back in time. Like some of the counters and stuff you see, even from Dota 1 days. Like Dota is just like very complicated game, and you need to have a good grasp on it. Like you need to know the history.
Yeah, very, very complicated game indeed.
Yeah, just off of that info that showed up, I really do want to highlight AUI, who of course everybody knows and loves because they did work TI-10 last year after failing to qualify with Arkosh Gaming.
And he was
But
fit for that. For the record.
it's actually his first year coaching, and he hasn't been doing it from the start of the competitive year. I believe he joined them halfway through on Tundra, and he has just done an incredible job. I mean, as far as coaching debuts go, I do think AUI has the best results probably ever. So just pat him on the back for that. I really do think he is one of the best minds that we currently have in Dota.
Yeah, it fits very well in the lineup of Tundra as well. We always say like they're the innovators, they're the
Shiver! Welcome, my friends. I know you're in the middle of some deep analysis, but I wanted to give a moment of levity. Gentlemen, ladies, I would like to start Singapore's favorite game show. Hit the music, hit the logo. It's time for Forced 50%. You know the rules by now. Pencils down, laptops closed.
I got it.
And I have one extra layer introduced this time. Please look underneath your desks and you will find a 1 and a 2. These will represent which of the 2 heroes you will be selecting. Right now you see a Grimstroke and you see a Wyvern. But why are they on the screen? That's because I want you to answer some questions. You at home can participate. I want you to tell me which of these heroes were picked more. I'm talking group stage, I'm talking playoffs, I'm talking all of it. Jenkins, let's start with you.
I'm gonna go one Tsunami.
You're going 1, you're going winner Wyvern.
I'm gonna go Winter Wyvern Tsunami.
Effie?
Are we counting LCQ?
We are not counting LCQ. Good question.
I
I'm
didn't
gonna do 2.
I didn't get that information, Tsunami.
You absolutely did. You should have paid attention.
I have all the information, and I'm going to go with one, whether I had or didn't have that information, but because I feel Grimstroke is in a really bad spot right now.
Oh, but better spot than Wyvern? Who knows? Cheever, I don't even have to ask you. You're one step ahead. Q is paying attention. Computer, please reveal who has been picked more at TI-11.
Computer.
Oh my god, the anticipation is killing me.
yeah.
All
3
right.
games versus 2 games. Don't worry, though. There will be more questions.
That's tight.
That's tight. It's a tight window. It's a tight window. That's why I like to keep it, though. Let's see what the second question is. I want to know about these spirit heroes. You know, you hear a lot about Storm, but I want to know about the bad ones. Void Spirit, Ember Spirit. I'll give you a bit of a hint. Most of their win rates are garbage. They're in the 20% range, but which one has a slightly higher 20%? Cheever, let's take it off with you.
I think Void Spirit got picked less times and therefore has a chance of a higher win rate.
Okay, I like the logic, the cost. 12 is not an answer.
I don't feel like I've seen a single game where Ember Spirit won a game, so I'm just going to go with Void.
Okay.
Ember Spirit has won Dota games. Liquid won in Dota versus Brood. However, Void Spirit is picked less, which gives him statistically a better chance.
Okay. And Jenkins.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that Cheever tends to be a host, but in reality, she's a better analyst than all of us. So I'm gonna go 1, just copying her answer.
Here's the thing, though. You're not a better analyst than Twitch chat. Here, Twitch chat is saying 2. Computer, please reveal which of these 2 Spirit brothers has the higher win rate.
No,
It's Ember Spirit.
I'm so sorry.
Great job. You are
We
close.
trust you.
I'm never trusting you again.
A bunch of frauds on this panel, and I think I saw someone hiding over there. You want to go on a journey? Let me take you on a journey of healing. I want to know which of these 2 heroes has a higher average heals per minute. Dawnbreaker or Undying?
Heals per minute.
Heals
That's a
per
trick
minute.
question.
But that's healing counts, doesn't it? Self-healing counts, doesn't it?
Anything that involves either Solar Guardian or Soul Rip counts.
Does healing a tombstone?
What about Raid Pact?
No, it does not. Only
Tombstone will be
heroes.
like 7 HP.
But
Raid Pack or a count.
We have a new term, HPN.
You're getting a little bit too in the weeds, my
Okay,
friends.
okay, I'm gonna go one.
Going one.
I vote one.
I think he's smart.
I want to make sure all your answers are documented.
Hang on.
Sarah, you got a 1 for Jacob?
Does
I will go with one
count?
last time.
The passive?
Yeah.
Does your passive count?
Yes, it counts. 1, 1, 2,
Sorry,
2.
I'm changing my mind. I don't know passive counts.
All right, let's see what it is. Chat saying undying. Computer, reveal the correct answer. Oh, it's Dawnbreaker. What a shame. You hate to see it. You hate to.
It's Wraith Pack. It's Wraith Pack.
It's right there.
That's mean. Ian, what?
Listen, Undying should be better at healing if you wanted to stay on the screen. All right, John, we'll see you later. I've had a pleasure joining all of you for this little journey. Yeah, she's mean. She's mean. Let's see how mean she's going to be in these next 2 series, though, because I won't take any more of your time. Hope you all enjoyed another episode of Forced 50. Say it. Forced 50.
But I got 0.
54%.
It doesn't feel. I mean, I'm 0.
Well, because it's 3 questions, I feel like it's forced 33%. More
But
forced.
that would still imply that
These are edible.
they do smell nice.
It's really stupid.
You know what is not very stupid? History. History is actually very, very good and very interesting, especially when taught by our historian here in class.
Welcome back to the Dota archives. Since your last visit, I've been extremely busy digging yet deeper into the background of our beloved game, and have stumbled upon a category which previously nobody had thought to make content about. Dota 2 heroes. Heroes they may be, but sometimes even the best of us can fall short. Let us burrow into the archives and find out which have failed and which succeeded. To get us started, let's first review the latecomers to our game. No failures here, of course. New heroes are universally beloved, and certainly above reproach.
Every new hero that comes just ruins the game.
我觉得一推出就特别厉害的英雄，ну я тебе так скажу, абсолютно любой герой на релизе это просто сумасшедший.
Honestly, a lot of the new heroes are really. No, it's Primal Beast. Primal Beast was the most broken hero.
Primal Beast, который всех выносил, это просто жесть была.
Primal Beast, just you can coming around the corner, you know?
Every single game you play with a good Primal Beast, he's 20-0 at like minute 15.
就是受这个英雄，他打爆平衡就是在于他那个刚出的时候伤害实在是太高了，然后他那个3维就是初始的力量包括血量都特别的赢把，然后就每把都会有这个英雄，如果没有被顶掉的话。
As soon as I saw Primal, I don't even know what to pick. I can't hit him in lane. I can't OCS him. There's 20 more damage than level 1 for some reason. And he kills me from full HP.
Primal Beast and Marcy, both those heroes were like abominable on release. You literally, like, when they're on your screen, you're dead already. Like, it's too late if you see them. You have to not see them to be alive.
Interesting defensive stratagem. Merely avoid noticing the enemy. I've certainly had a lot of luck staying alive in Dota by simply not having any idea what's happening, and I'm sure our young professional there understands that better than most. Perhaps my good friend Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, introduced way back in 2016, will be better received by our professionals.
Макака, который на первом уровне там 500 урона имел.
Like, only Doom had 150 range compared to Melee, who was 128, but Monkey King had like 800. So he just smacked you across the map. His Jingles would never run off. It did like 1 billion damage, he liced it.
I mean, the whole, like, no noise when you jump thing was really great. It's just silent assassin. Just comes up the trees and you're hi-ya! And then he stuns you and then you're dead.
Yeah, I mean, no comment on that. Like, that was probably the most easiest hero to play when it came out. Get hit 4 times and I'm dead, like, okay?
It's safe mobility, you can have bad fights, just kills everything, but there was still this time when like Basher worked on his ultimate, like, it's not playable.
Unplayable. That sounds like another member of our elite cup. Andre Gowlin, the Earth Spirit. Not new by any stretch of the imagination. This geological aberration has been with us since 2013. But when he first rolled into the game, well, personally, I think it was fine.
And And before them, Earth Spirit had similar vibes to that. It's like he saw you and you were dead. He rolls on you, he kicks you 6 miles backwards, you're in the tower, you're insta-silent stunned. He has some reverse magnetic force staff thing going on. That here was something else.
I think the pull sense, you do like pull into roll and to kick into your tower. You just play with some like Jerax or Weavon and they just kill roll cooldown right. You wouldn't even know what's happening.
当时好像他每个技能都特别厉害，然后出队比较高，而且可以打中单或者拿很多绝活就拿他打。
It required some finesse. You know, you needed like some Jerax or crit out there. Like I know the hero was really dumb when it came out, but I also like measure ease of like execution. If it was purely ease of execution, you know, die.
Mixed feelings, certainly. But what about our next heroes? Will they be afforded the benefit of the doubt? Can a group of 3 pyrotechnically gifted maniacs really be so bad? Their names are Squeeze, Spleen, and Spoon. May he rest in peace. So after all, how bad can it really be?
Playing as old techies was like a nightmare. Every time I decided to play Dota like 3 a.m. Someone in the enemy team decided to pick techies, and I wouldn't want to be a bad person.
A lot of Dota is about inflicting some pain upon your opponents and like sucking all the fun to yourself. But I feel like techies did that to both your team and the enemy team. There's like 10 people and only one person gets to have fun.
Being able to insta-kill someone from across the map while dead has no business being in Dota. Now the game is going to get prolonged 20 minutes. I wanted to go out and lunch, but my day has been hijacked by this guy who sabotages everyone else's fun and siphons it into his own team Dota.
That's the best change in Dota, honestly. That stupid hero got changed.
You don't want to be one of those guys that plays technique, you know?
And every idiot that played that hero, that liked the old tech, you know? Like, sorry to you, but
I have nothing good to say about Techie Slacks, I'm sorry.
I'm super glad the hero's gone. May you never return. I'm sorry, Slacks. No, that hurts you. It cuts you deeply.
Find a new game. Find a new game.
Damning indictments all round there. But ask yourselves this. If every hero was perfectly balanced, would the game be better for it, Do you think that? No. As I always like to say, a journey bereft of drama is a journey forgotten. But one stuffed with action, intrigue, even disaster will live long in memory. And isn't that what Dota is all about? I'll leave you to ponder that for yourselves. Good night.
Great lesson. Thank you very much, Period. Indeed, techies. I think the pros were all in unison. Happy that techies got changed. Effie, the class.
Not just pros. I think every Dota player out there hated the hero, the way he functioned. I think 2 best changes in Dota throughout the 10, 11 years was changing techies and also changing that you cannot pause the game at the start. That's just. Thank you so much.
The thing about techies is not just us as pub players were traumatized, even professional players are traumatized by the hero. It just speaks volumes. Actually, the fastest GG in Dota that I can remember of recent memory is last year, LGD versus Astra in some OGA tournament. 13-minute GG called versus Zinky techies. They just didn't even want to try. They just died a couple of times and said, F this hero sucks.
Yeah.
They do that.
I'd
I'll
say
never forget that.
the greatest proponent of the anti-techies movement is actually a gentleman, Aoi 6000, who did win the international with techies.
Yeah.
And when you are a millionaire from playing a particular character and still want it to be removed, there's a pretty good reason.
Yeah,
pretty good reason to delete it.
I'm happy it changed for sure. I know someone who is not, and someone who is outside catching some fresh air right now. It's Directions Max. Hello, thank you. Yeah, not everybody is happy about the new techies change. Any old techies lovers out here? Yeah, we're in C, baby. Only the sickest freaks are playing out here today. Speaking of which, we're at the secret shop. The show is already open, but I thought I'd talk to some fans very casually. Hello, sir. Why aren't you in the arena? The show has already started.
I'm a broke uni student. I don't have tickets, so I'm just...
You're just here for the shop. Oh, my goodness. Well, here you go. Yeah, enjoy. Why are you not inside right now? Do you have a ticket? Yes. And you're ditching the games for your own secret shop stuff? what do you have to say to Puppy, who is watching right now, who worked all year, 11 PIs for your entertainment, and you're out here buying a t-shirt?
All the best.
All the best to you. All right. I'm going to give you this shirt. Here you go. Thank you very much. Sir, one word for everyone in there in their comfortable air conditioning, standing out here in the heat.
I'm so jealous of you guys. I have to queue up for my plushie.
Oh, don't worry. Here's a free plushie right here. And where are those Techies fans in the back? Oh, yeah. And one more. Anybody want to? Oh, that's a surprise one. It went behind. Yeah, that's good. All right, now I do have one challenge here. I have one cookie. Would anybody like to do the Snapfire jump for the cookie? Please. We're ready. Come on, jump the line. Go under. No, don't jump over that. You'll die. All right, I'll throw you the cookie, then you have to hop like the Snapfire character. Are you ready? Yeah. This way. Don't hit the shot, all right? Here we go. Yeah! Yeah! There we go, ladies and gentlemen. The crowd is hyped. The heat is right. Let us trade sweat, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. It feels good. I don't know if that feels good. I feel a little sorry.
I feel like with Slacks, you can always tell when he regrets that he had said something right after he said it.
Please don't fire me.
Every moment could be his last.
I mean, that's a unique way to do things. All right, so we have 2 series of Dota2 today. And the first one is going to be between Team Liquid and Team Secret. 2 teams from Western Europe, 2 teams who didn't qualify, 2 teams who have not had the best year, Effie.
Yeah, I mean, I think both teams, they obviously had to come through the last chance qualifiers, so we know that they didn't qualify through the DPC system, but Liquid, they were always one best of 3 away from qualifying at a major. They always fought so close, whereas Secret ended the year with 78 DPC points. I mean, that is an abysmal year. The transformation in the last few months was insane.
It's awesome. Let's bring on the players. It's Team Liquid first.
Choose wisely.
One road this team has made it here to the final day. They did not qualify first time round. They did not qualify on points, and then last chance qualifier. They did not qualify first. They qualified second, and here they are on the final day. They're your top 3. It is Team Liquid, and they're getting ready to take the booth to play against the other team that came through the last chance qualifier. It's Team Secret. They had the upper bracket route this time around, but still did not secure their place in the grand finals yesterday. They hoping to do so today. They have one opponent to go through before having potentially a rematch with Tundra. We'll see if Team Secret can make it all the way here today. They definitely have looked on fire and leveled up through this tournament. Same can be said for Team Liquid. Now, we obviously love talking about both of these squads. We really, really do. But we also really love listening to them talk about each other. Here is Team Liquid on Team Secret.
I think Team Secret during this event, they really figured out the meta, and I feel like the way they draft and the way they approach the game, it sets themselves up for a lot of success.
First of all, I think Nisha is probably the best player alive. I think he's incredible, and I think he deserves all the success that's coming to him. And I think the same can be said for Puppy. They have good players. I mean, I think they have like the best coach I've ever played with the team. So after a rocky year and a few switch ups, I think they found like a group of players that actually clicked very well.
they seem to understand their team very well and how to best utilize the players and how to get everything out of all of their players. Really.
Having Nisha in their team, that I think is like the best modern Dota 2 player in the world. Like, it's like, I don't know how can you, with this recipe and having Poppy with all this experience, how can you fail with this much like recipe for success already? Like, I don't see any point. Like, I don't see any way, you know, like, for me, it's expected.
I was really happy that we didn't have to play them in last year's qualifiers, so we both could end up qualifying. And now, if we do have to end up playing them, I hope for it to be in the grand finals. That way, I think we'll get a finals that I would be, like, no matter the results, like, I would be kind of okay with.
A lot of love, a lot of respect between these two teams, and how else can it be? Zai has played 3 internationals with Team Secret. And of course, Zai and Matu last year, they were at this very point in the tournament. They came 3rd with Team Secret. Now they're on the other side, and only one team can advance, Jenkins. That is heartbreaking.
That's right, Shiver. This is a grudge match between these teams.
Lot of respect.
Yeah, lots of respect, lots of love. But in, you know, brotherhood, there's also you want to be better than your older brother. You know, you see your older brother playing video games, you know, beat his ass at the video game.
Yeah, playing unplugged controller.
Exactly.
Player too.
Exactly. Puppy said in an interview that my ultimate best option was that we all played together until the end, regarding Zai and Matu leaving. And Puppy and Zai are the only remaining players who have now finished top 4 and at least 5 TIs.
That's pretty insane. And I want to say, you know, if I can see a pattern, it was Poppy who placed 5th at TI 8, placed 4th at TI 9, and at TI 10 he got the 3rd place. So I think he's getting at least the 2nd place here.
I mean, the pattern has to continue, but I feel that this match is a little personal for Puppy, maybe more personal than for current Liquid, because like Jenkins just mentioned, in that interview, he wanted to stay and play with these players, but they left him.
Yeah.
So surely he's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder in the sense that it's going to be like, okay, I'll show you.
Yeah, and they have, I mean, they have done very well. That, I don't know, I don't think it's a grudge carrying them through, but making it here to the lower bracket finals, it is very poetic that they meet again here today and only one can make it through. So I'm very happy to see this matchup. When we heard both Matu and Zai talk about Team Secret, they both narrowed in on Nisha, best player in the world.
Yeah, because he's been so consistent throughout the, like, ever since he's pretty much started playing professional Dota back in the, like, Kingwin days, even a team before that. Like, Puppy's the one who recognizes talent so quickly, and Nisha has been so stable. I don't think I can recall a game where Nisha had a really bad game. It's how good he is. It's pretty insane.
And speaking of that, I remember in an interview last year after TI 10, Nothing to Say was asked about the mid laners that he faced at TI, and he said that overwhelmingly and by far the most difficult player to go up against in the mid lane mechanically is Nisha. It was just a tier above everybody else, and most players are kind of scared of going up against
Something about this player, he does some cool play, and then you see his face on camera, and it's just a big smile, you know. He acknowledges it, like, yeah, I did that.
He loves Dota. Yeah,
And he has a good smile as well to do that with, for sure.
Yeah.
And he's going up against a guy on your screen right now, Mickey, there on your left. I must say, I mean, Mickey, last year, he wasn't even a mid player. He played carry. This guy has leveled up tremendously.
Yeah, both Boxy and Mickey, honestly, there was a lot of criticism of these two, or I guess people were not sure of how it was going to go. Swapping these players' roles in order to make way for the new players that were joining Team Liquid, and they're carrying so tremendously hard in this tournament. I mean, I feel like obviously we're at the top 3 right now, so every single player has shown up in some series in some way. But with Mickey and Boxy, it really feels like a bit of a redemption arc, because it felt like a lot of people didn't believe in them, but their teammates believed in them enough to play with them. Even Taiga saying, like, yeah, you know, I stepped out so that way because I did still believe in them as players and that they could do it, and man, they've shown up.
I agree completely. And I also think that that fluidity of when you recently switch roles, when you were carrying liquid, there you go. When you recently switch roles, when you go from a recent carry player to a now mid player, I feel like those players have a much better understanding of when and how to pressure the enemy carry. Like they understand that timing is just a little bit more than anybody else just because of the recency that is from fantastic performance this TI. It felt like he has stepped up in every possible way, but he's always hitting his timings. He's rotating to the correct side lanes, and he knows when the enemy carries time. So, I mean, hats off to him. It's not the easiest transition to make, but he has done it seamlessly. And throughout the year, some people had questions, but I think that all of those questions are answered.
It lets them swap roles as well. Like this team is one of the teams that they don't play roles, they play heroes, and it's because of these role swaps that they get previously.
Yeah, let's see how they do on this first match of the day. Let's head over for the draft.
Team Secret versus Team Liquid.
Team Secrets.
Game 1.
And here we are, you wonderful crowd, you beautiful people out there. We're taking a look at the first game of the day. I'm joined with a couple of very accomplished players as well. It's Trent. Trent, how's it going over there? We've got the wonderful Taiga and Amar. ATF, how you doing, man? I'm doing good. You excited for the game? You excited for the series? I hear you guys might be a bit biased.
Yeah, I'm super excited for the series. I know Liquid is gonna win, so looking forward to it.
And, you know, of course, ATF, you're also here watching one of your former teammates on the old pre-play squad. How you feeling about Secret?
I feel like Secret not gonna win. I think Secret should win.
Oh my god. Like it's a must. Must. All right, that's good. Trent, we already have the can of the draft here, as we see the Marcy band out, as well as the Lesh and the Dawnbreaker. Tell me, how you feeling about these two drafts?
Well, I mean, preparing for their last matchup, and now we're back into the more standard format of the bracket of like they just had their game off today, found out who your opponent is right now. Like last night, you had your little chance to prepare, and so you're coming in with some fresh ideas of where you want to start with. And Liquid, they look to be targeting at least, like many teams have discussed, this idea of the off lane and how they want to play from there, particularly with how good Secret are with this Dawnbreaker global combos.
So guys, Enigma, how good is this hero? Talk to me about what you guys are seeing in this draft already. Is there anything that's sticking out to you?
And I think this first pick on Liquid is a pretty classic. Enigma as a hero now is absolutely imbo. He started in Stockholm Major and we realized how strong his hero actually is, even after the nerfs. Especially Liquid, they're so good with Enigma because they can play it in different positions. Insania, back in the days when he played Heroes of Europe, for example, he played Enigma non-stop. And he also played Enigma this tier, so I think his pick is amazing.
Answer. Who are feeling content? You can press global. How easy can your answer be?
Dude, this is I like this because everybody always says like Silencer, just pick it into Enigma, and it's going to be the answer. But you think it deals with it kind of well?
I mean, it deals with the PTB black hole, but it does not deal with the red pack summon. That's the current meta.
Oh, and they offer another sort of the magic base, I guess, of Enigma, like those ideas of the big spells. But once again, nothing really there for those Eidolons. But we've seen a lot of teams go for like the safe lane carry match to try and reduce the impact. Do you think that's something that Secret might want to commit to in the next phase, or are they just like maybe worried about Insania flexing on this Enigma?
I can talk about that. I think the thing with Enigma right now is very hard to counter. Even if you pick like Silencer, the first pick Enigma, you're gonna get counter picked late. So this stuff destroys the first two picks right now. Like if he gets a game, if he gets a snowball, I think Silencer will have a rough lane into Tusk. And I also think Enigma as a hero right now doesn't rely on Black Hole as much. I think people are like thinking too much about the Black Hole, but in reality, this Raid Pack item, when it got released, Enigma just got 10 times better. So you have a stun, you have a Midnight Pulse with 80 lands from long range, and what is Silence going to do compared to that? You know, he has one slot, that is global, and he's useless.
That sounds scary. I mean, yeah, when you talk about it, we've seen Boxy play this Tusk so many times, and he just absolutely takes over the game. I feel like I've been seeing some of the best Dota of his career so far. They are going to ban out now the Pudge. We take the Kunkka out of the pool, as well as the Monkey King. Is there anything that you feel like either team is kind of susceptible to right now? You already mentioned some of the laning blows that they might have. What about Team Liquid? Is there anything that they have that could potentially be exploited here?
I mean, now Secret has to show something on 15. Like, they have to either show that the silencer is a core, or they wanna, like, pick 15 carry with silencer into Enigma. But Enigma also could be flex, but maybe they just think that it's task made it to just go Enigma task lane. So, but not sure what he want to play on the 15. Mike is already banned. Let's see.
Try and punish some of those Eidolons in the lane, as you're saying, right? A lot is often still in there. I mean, they're getting rid of some of these heroes that can kind of deal with like the mass physical damage, right? The Monkey King, the Kunkka, trying to reduce that impact, plus just solid heroes. As likely, the offlane hero is probably still going to be picked here from Team Secret, unless it is like a Rezo silencer. You know, Rezo, I think, has been looked to as someone who's really been leading this team, and in terms of like how well his lane goes, it tends to really dictate how much pressure they have across the entire map for Team Secret. Is there any here that you guys would say like is you should be really worried about that Rezo could pick up in this phase? Or do you think like they'll probably wait a little bit longer to get some more info for Rezo with how important he is?
I mean, there is like it's according to the plans. Like you don't see like they have to show one of them. Like they have no choice, so they have to like maybe get something so that no matter what he will just not like suffer in his lane.
If you're the offlane right now, Omar, you're like, just let me wait. You guys pick. Like, give me more time. You know, are you greedy in the draft?
I mean, not really. Like, if I can get my heroes, because I play like 5 heroes, so I can just take them before they're out.
All right, Tiger, we'll ask you the same question. Is Amar greedy in the draft?
He was actually greedy, but nowadays, you know, people just ban 3 heroes, install, and Amar is like, oh, okay, I want hero left. Let's just pick him.
Well, which draft would you guys each feel a little bit more comfortable playing at this point in time in the game as we get going into this next phase of the picks here?
I will say I like Team Liquid draft more. I feel like if they can keep the flex with Enigma, wait, you know, I think Secret has second pick, right? So they will see where Enigma is going before they pick the carry. So I think in this sense, Secret should have the advantage because they got second pick. But we'll see. I still like the first 2 heroes of Liquid more. I think they won the first phase.
I mean, Liquid for sure, like it made the Secret 15 hard. Like they don't know what to pick on 15 because they have to show, and the Enigma will just dodge the red counter pick unless they just decide to like all in. Like
you mentioned how like second pick feels really good right now, right? This idea of like the end of the draft, you have this opportunity for the double counter pick. A lot of teams will refer to where you get to see something, respond, see something, respond, and the fact that they're actually struggling at this point in the draft is generally a pretty good sign for Liquid, right?
Ooh, the little dwarf man sniper plinking away.
That's a good hero for the lane against Enigma. If you think it's an Enigma offlane, laning into sniper is not the easiest because the shrapnel and the auto attack actually kill Hydra. Like Enigma right now, Hydras are 1 and 3, like they die magic damage.
Yeah.
So I think it's good.
Does also present himself as an immediate target to go on, and with 2 heroes, they're already there to sort of go for a hard commit. Whether it's a Blinken and a Walrus Punch or a Blinken and a Black Hole, they're going to have to make sure they protect that sniper pretty well.
I mean, they have the tools. They have Nix to scout. He will just go in like it's invisible. Most strongest thing, you know. You just go invisible. Like you have to address him. Like, and also like they should like complement the sniper with 2 more heroes. Like at least like 1 initiator, like some tank who will just eat the damage and not die.
I feel like Liquid should look at Night Stalker. I feel like a type Night Stalker hero would be very good for the draft right now against the 3 heroes in Secret. Taking a sniper, Nyx, silencer, if they get on top of like let's say Anna's ulti and get on top of them, it's like they draft all support.
Ooh. Okay, and now a nice little player to run on in there with the Infest, and afterwards, the immediate Lich. So we've seen Frost Armor be really difficult for some teams to deal with. What do you think about these 2 picks here?
I mean, the Lich concept was like to counter the SF, because SF is just like right click, and it's the same thing for Sniper. Like Sniper is right clicks, and there is like, it's not like there is some Slack who steals your stats, or Ursa who has fewer swipes. Like, so like he will just protect whoever.
Beast Master.
A lot of damage, and well, now moving in, we get ourselves a Beastmaster, so not necessarily a hero that's been doing too well lately. I feel like he's kind of fallen down that totem pole to like the summons, where it's, you know, he tends to dominate a lot of the Dota meta because of his ability to have the summons, and he has this magic community piercing stun that you always have to rely on. But it is more vision, and would you consider this pretty good in terms of like a little bit of like a tank to go in? Feels like it's a bit more finesse based because you have to rely more on your vision as opposed to just like a big body, right?
I mean, it's still Beastmaster, like you strongest hero in Dota, you just have this big creep, 2k HP, you send, you press run and roll, you see everyone, nobody can move. Like these heroes also are like very bad into beast, like they cannot like just run into him, like they snowball, they just run into their death.
He brings a big beefy guy next to him. You know, with the helmet dominator, lots of tank, lots of bodies in there, and no Night Stalker, I guess, at this point, pretty hard to fit in, so that's also going to make Beastmaster happy, is that Night Stalker's not just going to eat your creep, which we've seen is a little bit of a soft counter.
Yeah, best. It's actually the power of second pick too, because if Liquid didn't have to like first pick, they would put the Enigma position 5 against the Beastmaster, which is a very good lane, my personal experience. But the thing is, they already picked as a +5 Lich, so the second pick that Secret have actually benefits them so well because they get an 80 pick Beast, they know that Enigma is not in the lane. So it's the power of second pick.
So not a mid Lich, is what you're telling me. That's not, I think the flex is not worth. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Fair enough. Interesting stuff. So you said after that first phase that you felt like Liquid was a little bit ahead. In terms of the way that it's changed with these next 4, what are you seeing in this draft? Is there one team that you're favoring a little bit more? Is there anything you're really concerned about?
I think I feel like both teams, like they have like concept in them. Like for example, Liquid, they run with the old classic the Enigma toss lane. Like Lich is like pretty balanced lane, I will say. And I think Secret is more like around team fight. You know, like protect my sniper with Primal Roar, Goblin with Aura, Nick Scout to me, Global Silence. If the Black told me, you know, they all rely on the sniper to actually be able to hit. So I think that with this Lich being hit, I'm not exactly sure who's gonna come out victors.
I mean, like Liquid drafts are like more about like if I had to already choose, like Liquid drafts are about the ends. If the ends are good, like they might just like Secret draft, like even though Secret look better against Liquid, but just because of the laning advantage, they will not be able to get their timings from Secret. So Liquid will have faster timings. The counter picks doesn't matter anymore.
Interesting. Very interesting. The timing, that's what we're going to be playing for here. One last round of picks coming out now as Liquid down to 25 reserve seconds. And they're going to go for a final piece. They get it in the last phase of the draft.
That's pretty interesting. I don't think I've seen much of Nick final base, so not sure if it's his comfort hero. So it's going to be nice to see it.
Certainly someone getting the backlines, right? But especially Primal Beast, he gets in there and creates a little bit of chaos. You see that with the Chain Frost, get some infest plays, snowballs. It's going to be hard to keep your formation as Team Secret right now.
I mean, I still feel like the heroes are good to Primal Beast. Like Beast is good, Nyx can like Carapace, and Silencer can global in his BKB ulti.